All right, everybody. Hi there. How are you all doing? Sorry, I ended up starting a little bit late. I had to go and deal with an internet issue, but hopefully we'll be okay. So I'm starting up the game right now. But with that, I hope that everyone had a awesome week and good times and whatnot. And look, it's Methuen and Rev are here. Please, Rev, I pwn tons of noobs. That's like what I do. That's how I roll. Because I'm awesome. So I'm kind of excited because, well, first off, it's a little bit weird because it's Saturday and I finished what's called the Shadow of the Colossus the other week. So I'm like, I don't know what to play now. I'm so confused. I'm so torn. I have no idea what to do. And so, yeah, instead of starting up a new game, I was like, let's go back to an old classic, fun little one with, in this case, Stardew. So it's pretty neat. Let's see. Oh, Rev had an awesome week. Yay! Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to hear, Rev. Yay for a significant other being on vacation. Thus enabling time for stuffs. Ah, it's Gus. Hi, Gus. Gus, what are you doing? Souse. Oh no! Gus's souse. Ooh. Fancy souse. Aw, thanks, Gus. Mini jukebox? You guys, I got a mini jukebox. Hooray, now I can make my own mini jukeboxes. I don't understand. Why is it that you'd still have to stir the food even when it's like not in anything? That's awesome, Rev. Yay for wargaming. That's really cool. Glad to hear. As for me, Merthuin, my week was pretty good. It was very busy. I did get a lot done, but it was just it was just tough, you know. I mean, I'm trying to settle in with some of my new stuff that I've got going on and whatnot. So it's a little bit difficult, but I'm okay for the most part. So, yeah, it's interesting for sure. What should I plant here, you guys? It's spring, incidentally. Okay, so real quick. This is Stardew Valley for anybody who is unaware. And effectively, this is a game that is always very reminiscent of Harvest Moon crossed with, like, Animal Crossing, basically. You have the animal husbandry and, you know, grow along with interacting with townsfolk and all that kind of thing. It's really fun. It's super adorable. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Am I sciencing a lot? I'm sciencing every day. Every day I'm sciencing. Do 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 do. But really though, I mean it's pretty good for the most part. All my various stuffs that I've got going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing reasonably well, I guess, is a good way to put it. Like I said, it's tough. It's very difficult. So I'm working on some new projects now with my work, and it's a little bit tough because I'm working with some new coding and things like that I'm not really familiar with. So it's tough. It's tough. But overall, it's okay. I mean, today I'm going to have to go to work and do all my regular stuff. But reasonably good. So like you said, in the Stardew Valley thing, you've got animals that you can grow up, you've got crops that you can grow and harvest, all sorts of neat little things like that. That's effectively what the shtick is. And one of the reasons why I wanted to play this is because there's been quite a few updates relatively recently that have done a lot for this game in terms of adding a bunch of new features and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to explore a little bit because I honestly have not played this really extensively in a long time. So I just thought it would be kind of a neat little thing to do for today, especially because it's kind of chill and, you know, just very relaxing. And I like this game as a relaxing thing. So one change that I've already seen is this guy right here. So I have the golden scythe. In this game, one thing that you can do is you can upgrade all of your various tools with different metals. So you've got your basic, and then you've got, what is it? I think it's copper, steel, gold, and iridium. Relatively similar to Minecraft, essentially. And the idea is that as you go up the tiers, then they get stronger and better and all that good stuff. And one thing that has changed is now you can do that with your trash can. With your trash can, you're allowed to basically toss stuff out permanently, and you just throw it away from your inventory like if you're out and about doing whatever. But they've added a new feature where you can actually upgrade your trash can. And when you upgrade your trash can, then it basically sells stuff at a partial percentage of whatever they would actually sell for otherwise. So it's kind of neat. Incidentally, right now this is in spring of the year. I am in my, I want to say it's the 3rd year. I'm not 100% certain about that though. But yeah, just sort of chilling, hanging out. These are all of my animals. See, look, that's one of my moo cows. I don't know, there's just something super cute about this game that I really enjoy. But I'm glad that everybody had a good week overall. Yeah, like I said, mine was okay for the most part. I don't know. You guys know how sometimes you just feel like you don't quite fit in type of shtick? That's sort of where I'm at with some of my stuff, and it's unfortunate. But it is what it is, I guess. Look at all this milk. It's crazy. So I'll show you guys at least a few of the new things that I've found. If anybody knows any new stuff that has been added or altered or whatever, let me know, because I don't know most of it. So I'd be curious as to what's around that I'm not seeing. I am definitely not keeping up with my regular farm maintenance here. Yeah, exactly. Show up for work dressed as Batman so that you can dress for the job you want. Speaking of which, did you guys see the official production photos from the new movie with Pattinson? They were released not too long ago, and they had him as well as I can't remember her name now, but she's the new Catwoman actress, and for the life of me, I don't remember her name. But they have some new official production photos. They started filming not too long ago. So it's kind of like, woo, yay, fun. Yippee. Woot woot. I don't know. I'm a bit worried about what it's going to do and what's going to happen with it. I mean, as everybody always is. But just like we got some new pictures from Venom 2 as well, where it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of no, don't eat it, give it to what's his face. You guys, I'm going to plant kale. Y'all can't say nothing about it. I'm gonna plant kale. Kale is amazing. I can't remember what I was thinking about. Oh right, production photos from the new thing. We'll see how it goes. I mean, everybody always tends to be skeptical ahead of the actual movies coming out and everything. But I don't know. We shall see. Speaking of Batman, what happened? Ooh, animated series adventures. I saw that. Well, okay, I heard about it. I didn't realize that the Kickstarter had launched. I remember seeing the what was it, like Gotham Chronicles or Chronicles of Crime, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was called. But I remember seeing that and thinking like, ooh, that's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I always feel so weird getting these massive miniatures games now, because I went and I got what is it? Orcs Must Die. It's right up there on my shelf. But the thing is, I really love the video games, and that's why I got it. That's why I got the that's why I got the board game for it. But man, it's just, I went all out with it. I got everything. I got all of the what's it called? I got all of the like add-ons and everything that they offer with it, and it's just, God, it's just not good. It is just not nearly as enjoyable as I thought it would be. And I might be viewing it in sort of the wrong light or something like that. Because, I mean, I do have... It's not really nostalgia, so to speak, but, I mean, I really loved the video games of Orcs Must Die. I thought they were tremendously fun. So it's kind of difficult for me to wrap my head around now having these kind of meh sort of board games that are related to this great thing that I really adored. So I am simply disappointed, you know? Emily's house has a sewing machine that you can use. That is freaking cool. I didn't know that I could sew things. I want to do that. And that's what I mean, Rev. Like, we see that all the time with a ton of these mini-focused games. Like, if memory serves, the Chronicles of Gotham or whatever the other Batman game was, I want to say that it was, like, Monolith Productions who made it. It was met with, like, meh sort of reviews. It's just, people don't really like it that much, and it kind of sucks. Alright, let me see here. Oh, there's a sewing machine. Dang it! Where's Emily? She has to teach me. Aw, I can't snoop around on the computer. I can dye my cheese. I want to dye some cheese. Let's do it. I don't really like Haley. I'm not a fan of hers. I'm mostly just doing that for completion's sake. Because, like, Haley doesn't like me very much. Ugh. I'm sorry, too. I'm still kind of a little stuffy from, like, the last week and a half or so. Like I said, I had a rather rough week. If I can make cloth and Emily appears at my house, that's not creepy or stalky or anything. Just like, hey homie, heard that you can make cloth. Thought I'd just stop into your home and, you know, kind of hang out here. Just chill with you. That's not creepy or nothing. One thing I also want to do is see what new buildings I can build. I heard that there's like a fishing pond that you can have where you can actually like sort of breed your own fish, basically. It's kind of like I've been trying at least to play some Skyrim, and in one of the homes that you can get in the Homestead expansion, you can have a hatchery, a fish hatchery. So it's kind of cool. Think you can do a fish hatchery, you can do an apiary, and then I don't remember what the other special thing is. There's another special building for them. Basically, each of the places where you can build a house has its own specific building that you can make out of it. It's kind of neat. A wilted bouquet that you can craft to show people you're breaking up with them. That's super depressing. Like, doesn't that seem depressing? Like, one thing that I really want to do today, I'll probably do it on my next in-game day, is I want to head to the desert, because I want to go into the Skull Caverns, I believe is what it's called. So for anybody who hasn't played, in this game you have two major areas that you can explore that allow you to collect gems and minerals and all that kind of thing. You've got the mines, and then you've got the Skull Caverns. So the mines are where I just was a little while ago, and the Skull Caverns are in the desert. There's also this little place, which I believe was added in an expansion. I don't remember going into it. This little cave is where you find the scythe, the golden scythe that I now have. So it's pretty neat. You can play Elliot. I'm gonna play him for a fool. Elliot's a fool, right? I'm gonna play him. I'm gonna play him like a fool. But yeah, if anybody's not played this game, I do highly recommend it. Mostly because it is just ridiculously adorable, if nothing else. It's simply super cute. That's really all you need to know about it. Oh, dang. It's so colorful. My farm will be okay tomorrow while I head into the mines. Or the caverns, I should say. And you know, Rev, I think that's probably a pretty common thing. Oh. Aha, the Joja Mart is closed. Take that, Joja Mart. So for anybody who hasn't played this, you have a somewhat like 80s movie stereotypical thing going on, where it's kind of like you've got the big evil corporation is fighting back against the little guy, and you make a choice to either help the big corporation, or you can help the townsfolk essentially. So it's kind of cool. You can make whatever choice you wish. Ooh, fun. I love super healthy meals. Matha, when you lied to me, you said that if I made cloth, Emily would show up at my house and be all creepy. She did not show up at my house. Look, I even made cloth. See? But anyway, like I was saying, Rev, I agree. One of the big issues with these miniatures games is that the miniatures often look and are really high quality. Like they look really amazing, they look really cool, and they are really cool. But then the problem is like, okay, so why bother though? Like the game itself isn't that great, so I guess if you literally exclusively want the miniatures, then I guess have at it. But other than that, it's kind of like, you know, this sucks. Like, why am I bothering with this? I don't know, it's just frustrating. Ooh. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And that's why, like, for me, I'm super... What is this? Dinosaur mayonnaise? Ancient fruit. Void salmon. What? Oh, I can remake the Joja Mart. Oh, that's cool. I don't have a dinosaur, though. I need one. I've got prismatic shards. I've got wine. I don't think I have any ancient fruit. Oh, the day after I apply. Okay. I know, it sucks. I hate not having dinosaurs. It's the worst. I want to be cool. But either way, it's fun. And so yeah, my thing, Rev, when it comes to miniatures is that I'm not one who particularly cares about miniatures as like collectibles and stuff like that. So for me, I'm just like meh. It doesn't suit me personally. I'm not cool like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like if I'm gonna get a miniatures game, I wanna get a good game that has miniatures. You know what I mean? I just want to see if there's any new stuff here. Doesn't seem like it. So I love using the bombs, especially in the Skull Caverns. You guys will see why. Effectively, what you need to do is you need to go through and try to find the you need to find the stairs down to the next level, effectively. So, yeah. And with the bombs, it allows you to clear out a whole bunch of rocks instantly, instead of having to pickaxe every single one of them. Oh, see, this is new. The dude with the camel and everything. This hombre has not been here before. Nice! Oh, cool. Triple shot espresso? Most of this stuff doesn't really seem worth it. I like having the warp token. Or the warp totem. That's cool. Oh, I want butterfly hutch. Green turban. I want a green turban. I want a magic cowboy hat. What the fudge? No fair. I want all this cool stuff that homie's got. You guys, he's got all sorts of cool stuffs. I don't got none of that stuffs. Alright, so here we are in the mines. Well, technically this is the Skull Caverns. So see, we just bomb it, and that's it. Now, I tend to use the pickaxe still, just because it's that way I save my bombs. But if you ever run into an area with semi-concentrated rocks, then it works well to use. So, fun fact, I have a ring that makes me immune to slimes. They can't hurt me. It's very helpful. So, y'all can feel free to be jealous. That's right, yeah, my character is basically Texan, so he's like, howdy y'all. Incidentally, I posted an awesome board game video this week. It's about Western themed board games. You guys should watch it if you haven't already. It's super cool. It's wicked awesome. I don't know why I became Bostonian when I said that. Ooh, secret note. Well, I already know that because I saw them in the other thing. Like, I saw them in the Joja Mart. I don't need a stupid abandoned piece of paper telling me that. Ooh, hole. So the holes are nice because they allow you to fall farther. Wow, that's a lot of mummies. Oh. This is gonna be good. Woo! So in order to actually defeat the mummies in this game, you need to blow them up with a bomb. Hence I was doing that. These little serpent things always drive me up the wall. I hate them. And I have rarely been so happy to be immune to slimes. just makes everything so much faster when you're not harmed by the slimes. Woo! Oh! 9 levels! Ouch indeed. So incidentally, the mines, the area that's in the main part of the game, only has 120 levels. I mean, I say only, but it has 120 levels in total. This area, as far as I can tell, is unlimited. I have not been able to find a bottom to it. So, yeah, it's pretty intense in that sense. Whoa, what's that thing? I want it for a pet. Go away, dinosaur. That dinosaur tried to, like, blow fire at my face. It was very rude. I think I need a death count for that fall. Maybe. So I'm sure that you guys notice I'm focusing primarily on getting the stuff that actually really helps me. I want to read this thing. Won't let me read it. Dang it. See, this is what aggravates me when it comes to the bomb stuff, because there are a decent number of rocks, but they're spread out far enough that it's awkward to use a bomb on them. So it kind of sucks. And if anybody's curious, I totes have the best sword in the game. It's the Galaxy Sword. Because I'm cool like that. Ah, finally. Great mummies. I feel like Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. Come on, little fellas. Come on. See? I think it's cool that they've added some new stuff that you can buy with, like the gems and minerals and geodes and things. One thing that's really fascinating about this game, if you guys aren't aware, is it was developed, built, made, everything by one person. This was his pet project for something like 4 or 5 years, I want to say. It was pretty intense. And yeah, he finally finished it up, and it's become one of the most popular indie games, like, ever, basically. It's pretty amazing. So if ever you needed a reason to start trying some programming, Here you go. Be like concerned ape. 6 levels, okay. So I have a quest for when I get to... I think it's level 100 in here. I think. I'm not 100% sure. See what I mean? Look how annoying this is. Hooray! I really like this game. I'm so sad that it's been so long since I played. I should be ashamed of myself. Oh, also, something to note. I think I mentioned it before, but just as a reminder, next week I'm going to be doing the charity ride for cancer research. So I'm not going to be able to stream next Saturday. Just FYI. I know that you all are very sad. Ooh, I need that. Well, I don't need it, but it's good to have. So the prismatic shard is the rarest mineral of all the minerals in the game, essentially. So it's pretty awesome that I found one. Oh, jeez. Ooh-wee! That was close. That was a little bit too close for comfort. But I'm okay. Hashtag no death count. Hashtag not today, death. Hashtag mushroom. Dang it. Game. Incidentally, I do also need suggestions for a new Saturday game, like a new regular game. If there's anything that you guys want to eventually see a full playthrough of, that I can start playing, just let me know. Because I legitimately don't have any major ideas of what I would play at the moment. So I know there's a ladder over there. I was just... I'm hoping for two things. I'm hoping for more of the rare materials, and I'm also hoping to find a shaft as opposed to the ladder. Because if you find the shaft, then it skips over multiple levels, so it's much more convenient, obviously. So one of the issues with the the Skull Caverns, is that in the mines you have an elevator, and with that elevator you can go like every 5 levels. It sort of saves your progress, so you can come back to it. Whereas here in the Skull Caverns, you just go as far as you can, and that's it. Like you're done. So like me, I'm done. It's after midnight. I gotta get back so that I don't fall. I didn't even go to the shop or anything. Oh, that's right, Rev. You had mentioned Fallen Order before. I'll have to see. I think it's actually on sale right now. I'll see if I can pick it up. If it's on sale, I may very well do that. That's a good one. What is this? Hang on, I'll pause this so I can see what Marathon is talking about. Oh, God. Excuse me. Like you said, I'm all stuffy. Oh my God, that is so cute. Oh my God, that is amazing. That is so adorable. 10th Doctor Build-A-Bear. That is the cutest thing ever. Oh my God. That is legit, like, the most adorable thing that ever adorable. Like, no joke. That is super cute. Wait. Let me try again. Ha! Ha-ha! I win. I was supposed to be doing something important, and now I forgot what it was. I was busy beating up Rev. But no, seriously, that 10th Doctor thing is super cute. That really is. Wait, sweet. Stuff I can sell. At least some of it. My prismatic shard I really need to keep. I don't have very many of those. Jelly. You jelly? Thank you! Whatever, I'm hilarious. I'm not talking to any of you. I sold an ancient fossil for $100. It feels like a waste. I'm just saying. You guys, my copper trash can is ready. Because that's the things that I look forward to. Hey, look, it's Emily. Darn right, the farm looks great because I'm an amazing horticulturist. Hooray! Now I can use her sewing machine. Yay! You guys, Caroline sent me a potato. What is the etiquette when somebody mails you a potato? Is there like a thing? Is there a known thing that you do? Is I think the second anniversary is cotton, right? So, like, is the first anniversary potato? Who knows how to fix the fence? Because I don't know how to fix the fence. Like, I legit don't know what I need to do with it. I'm just sort of gonna guesstimate here. Make them a Spanish omelet. Ah! No! Eh. Spanish omelet and Irish twins. I mean, I don't know if they're similar, but I kind of hope they're not, because that sounds really weird. No, not my loom! How am I going to loom? This will be the loom corner. Do I know what Irish twins are? I don't know what Irish twins are. I don't know what anything is. Y'all are using these young people, like, you know, words and things. I don't know. I don't know nothing. You guys have to remember, I'm very innocent. So shush. People born less than 12 months apart. Oh! Okay, I get it. That's terrible. That is the worst. That is inappropriate. Alex doesn't want more presents. I don't know what his problem is. Dang it, Lewis, you made me go all the way around. Do 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 do. You guys, I got a copper trash can now. Look at that. Whoa. Watch out for me and my copper trash can. Next, I can get a steel trash can. You guys, I can get an iridium hoe. See, I find that to be more impressive, Rev. That like there's two siblings that like they have the exact same birth date, but however many years apart. It's like, oh, you guys twins? No, we're not twins. I remember when I was growing up, I had to deal with that a lot because one of my neighbors had the same birthday as I did. It was really annoying. I like that. I want to return the scepter. Here, watch this. I'm going to buy a void egg from this guy and then give it to him. Because he loves void eggs. Hey guys, you can fish in the sewer. Only with a mimosa. That is kind of true. I mean, brunch is a pretty sad, just late breakfast. It's like, you don't have the balls to eat lunch at 10 o'clock in the morning. Vodka? You can't have vodka with brunch. That's not how it works. I'm sitting over here fishing in the sewers like a boss. Y'all jealous. So, you can have any alcohol as long as it mixes well with orange juice? So, incidentally, if anybody is curious, Shane here is, like, super depressing as a character. He really is. Like, you get, with every character, you get some, what's it called? You get some interaction with them. And you get like little cutscenes with them and all this kind of thing. And Shane's are always like super depressing. It's so bad. Like, so bad. Alcohol is okay if it's mixed with a fruit. Well, then what about wine? I mean, isn't that what everybody says, is that it's like wine is just a fancy old fruit salad? It's just been sitting around for a really long time. Yeah, see, Mathewin knows. Mine is just a really old fruit salad. Oh yeah, so see, this is the stuff. Those are my quests. It's interesting, because in this game, I always find myself caring far less about quests than I do in other games. Even in something like The Witcher or Skyrim, or any of these like really big, wandering type of RPGs, I just really, really don't care. It's pretty nice. It's very mellow. Oh, that's right. I wanted to go visit Robin. Sorry, I'm all yawny. Oh my god, and I'm stuffy. Blech, you guys, blech. I still have to work today, too. What do you mean sufficient levels of carbon-13, dude? What are you doing? Homeboy doesn't know what he's talking about. Sufficient levels of carbon-13. That doesn't mean anything. Ha, see, fish pond! I told you! See, you can make a fish pond in your farm now. It's adorbs. I don't understand the point of the slime hutch. You can raise your own slimes. I don't get it. It seems really stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but it does. I just don't understand the appeal. Did I get any rest? Oh, a little bit, but not too much, unfortunately. That's why I'm so tired. Like I said, I've been like a little bit sick on and off. Not really sick, but I've had like a head cold, allergy type nastiness with congestion and all that kind of stuff. So it's not been too terrible, but it's been bad enough that like I've had to stay home from work and just like work from home. Yeah, unfortunately, I literally can't take days off, unfortunately, from my job now. So, hooray! I used up all of my PTO. You need slimes to build other stuff. So yeah, I was meaning to go through this. So like I've got a loom, I've got the oil maker, seed makers I've got several of. Cheese press I've got a few of. Mayonnaise, same thing. So the garden pot's kind of cool. I've got a few of those. That's where I'm growing my cacti. The casks I could definitely use more of, because my basement needs more. Here's the ammunition that you can get with the slingshot. I never use the slingshot. Worm bin I've got. Reserves jar. I've got a couple. Kiln. So I'm waiting on the tappers. So see, slime incubator, slime egg press. I don't get it. Warrior ring. I am the warrior. Huh. I do not have the coronavirus. Neither I nor anybody I know has been to China. I'm a scientist, find the cure. Yeah, virology is not exactly my area of expertise. And even if it were, no. Not getting coronavirus. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to go to my thing up here. So this is my greenhouse, which I made over the course of many time. Uh-oh. Gotta toss some stuff. I'm gonna throw out this rando potato. Also this red mushroom. Bye, rando potato. So the greenhouse is cool because you can grow anything at any time. Normally the crops are all seasonal. I've got all my stuff set up such that I don't have to worry about it. At least not too much. So one thing that I endeavored to do while I was making my my things in the shed there is I focused on crops that you can grow automatically, so you don't have to worry about replanting constantly. The star fruit's a bit of an exception because the star fruit makes the best wine in the game. So I like having the star fruit around. I should be able to get more than enough, though. Aw, Build-A-Bear's an online exclusive with the doctor one? That's terrible. What is that? Ooh, ancient seeds. Nice. Nice. Ancient seeds are super cool. That's something else that I have planted in my greenhouse. I'll do one more. That should be more than enough. Yeah, there we go. I'm good. I only needed 24 to replot that land. So these two little guys right here, those are the ancient seeds growing right now. One thing that I would like to do, let's see here, sprinklers. Iron, gold, and refined quartz. Okay. Or I could just plant them here, I guess. Ancient seeds take forever to grow. Oh, that's good. I was actually wondering about that, Marathwin. So one thing that this game has a feature was that if you're married in the game, then giving gifts to eligible bachelors or bachelorettes would make your spouse angry if your spouse is the same gender as whoever you gave the gift to. But apparently they don't do that anymore, which is awesome. So that's pretty exciting. See, look at all these gnomes. I technically have to pick my garlic, but I really don't want to right now. I'm tired, both in game and in real life. So I'm gonna go to bed in game. In real life, I have work to do. Yay, work! I'm gonna hang on to the star fruit because it's a great gift to have on hand for folks. Oh yeah, so excited about work. It's always the best. Woo! Baby cow! Becca Boo. That is an adorable name for a cow. We will stick with Becca Boo the cow. Super dorbs. I'm just gonna pop out and see if there's anything interesting happening. Nope. Package, an item of arcane significance. It's a frozen tear. It's not that impressive, dude. I'm sorry, but it's true. Alright. Well, with that, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. Again, hope that you enjoyed watching the Stardew Valley. Very chill day today. Really nice. Like I said, I really like this game. I enjoy it to death. It's a super fun game. It's fun to see the little upgrades happening as well. We got lots of updates. Not too long ago, there was a massive update that added in multiplayer capabilities and all sorts of stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's really cool. It's really neat. But with that, you guys take care. Have an awesome weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Hopefully, Monday we will be finishing up Chrono Trigger. So awesome. And like I said, next Saturday I will be off. So don't expect to see me. I will try to post on the Facebook and the Twitter about it. But yeah, Monday I'll be here, and then the Monday after that I'll be here as well. But yeah, thank you guys very much. I hope that I feel a little bit better as well. I'm probably gonna take some meds before I head out for work, and I probably won't ride my bike. It looks like it might rain, so we'll see. But either way, you guys take care. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks so much as always for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll see you on Monday. Cross your fingers that we can finish Chrono Trigger. Bye bye.